Wait and see.
Eu acabei de pensar uma
Wait and
merda.
see.
Eu vou ficar quieta.
Be ready.
Be ready, be steady.
How to be cancelled nowadays.
Less than 4 seconds.
You wanna be cancelled? Stay tuned.
You wanna be a Ferrari or the social media? Less than 4 seconds.
Today's episode, we're gonna learn how to be cancelled.
Step by step.
All night long.
We're gonna introduce you. Oh man. Stop.
No intercourse in this episode.
No intercourse.
No.
But it's a course, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
It's a course. It's an intercourse.
And we're back! Oh, Setcast. Oh, always surprising me. And today we have Mara as usual.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
She didn't give up on us.
I didn't.
It's just the beginning. and we have Edu, what do you do?
Oh, I knew it! I knew it was gonna come.
Did you practice this at home? Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Before?
all day long.
I did.
I was high on bleach. I was
high
cleaning
on
the,
bleach.
the bathroom. I forgot what I was cleaning, but yeah. Anyways, and we're back, guys.
What do I do? Yeah.
What do you do, Edu?
What do you do?
Do-
That's me. Thank you very much for
Thank
the
you very
invitation.
much for coming, man, and I'm very sorry for that. I couldn't avoid it. It was
Yeah.
gonna come anyway.
Well, it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what she
I was, I was working with kids like last week, so yeah, I kind of expected those shit.
Yeah,
you know?
you kind of got used to it.
We'll level up, yeah. Or
Yeah.
down, I don't know, yeah.
Guys, this guy is the presenter. Can you say presenter in English?
Host and presenter.
Host.
Yeah.
Podcast.
Podcast host.
One of the best podcasts, one of the best Brazilian podcasts
One
in
of the
Ireland.
best, Mara.
It's because
Which
we
one is
only
the
have
best?
3, 4 with this one.
Yeah, she's
but
being-
mine is in Portuguese.
Well, in my opinion, is the
You're
one
being
that clicks
kind.
the most with me because he's irreverent and he is spontaneous. So
Yeah,
to
that's
me, I really enjoy listening to your podcast. So I'm very happy
you.
that you
I'm
accepted.
sorry,
Thank you
all
very
the
much.
Brazilian podcasts, yeah, that's...
Well, the guys are great as well,
That's
but
true, yeah.
you know, it's
but
just a style.
Yeah, it depends on the style. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with you, buddy. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
And today we're gonna reveal like how crazy this background is and how much effort you put in order to deliver something like this. You know, because I mean we are here in the same situation, but this guy he's ahead of us because
Oh,
he's
yeah,
been
wait.
here for like since the
4
COVID,
years,
Yeah.
almost 4 years now.
yeah.
Well, and there's a background going on as well on top
Yeah.
of everything,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
I think it helps a lot, you know.
So do you want to tell us something about the background that you have back in Brazil, maybe, or in here that you think, because there's a lot of story to be told, but what would you like to say? I mean, introduce yourself, please.
Okay, well, I didn't know there would be like a LinkedIn interview or something like that.
Because I know, because your background is
formal
quite
here.
interesting.
Yeah,
You work
true.
with cinema
formal,
and
yeah.
documentaries, and man, this is so cool.
Yeah. I always liked, you know, working with communication stuff. Before like going to the college, I was thinking of like working with ads on TV, stuff like that. Then I did a short course called cinema something. I don't remember. It was like a long time ago. You don't need to. You know,
no.
Yeah, nah.
Cine
That's
Princess.
Just leave it behind. I mean, yeah.
leave it behind.
Sorry,
Gotcha,
yeah,
bro.
for shit. I cannot say anything to this guy.
Oh,
5th grade. Yeah, 5th grade.
today is impossible.
Especially today. I'm really happy to have you here, man. Seriously.
Yeah.
like,
Oh, thank you.
yeah. Yeah.
It's been great.
Let's see what's gonna happen.
It's been great so far. I can tell. But anyway, I always liked those things, and when I did the short course, something like, I don't know, caught my attention and was like, oh my gosh, I love this. I love like creating short films, you know. Back there, not documentaries. I didn't have experience at that time. But my first short film, it was great because it was the first time that I actually could see how a movie, you know, is made of. it's there's so many people involved, so like much work involved as well.
And if someone fucks up, everything's fucked up.
You can still save it, you know. Yeah, but unless like someone fucks up with money because it costs lots of money. Yeah.
Okay.
But and then like after this course, I wanted to go and study, you know, cinema, and that's what I did in Brazil.
That's cool. That's very cool.
So
I was like so focused on this. Even my friends, I believe just 3 of us still working in the industry like somehow. And most of them told me like this year when I was in Brazil that, oh, you are like the only one that we could see, like he always put some effort like to deliver, you know, the tests and everything, you know. And that's true because I loved what I was doing, you know.
Yeah.
I still love it, you know, but
which is the best part,
Yeah.
It's necessary to love what you're doing, especially these days, because I mean, people are looking for more transparency. They want to connect to something that is legit. So
original.
If you don't love at least what you're doing, I mean, you're not gonna get the results. You're just gonna be another person paying your bills and doing this and that, like
surviving.
without purpose in life. Yeah,
that's the difference, you know. Like some jobs that we get in Ireland just to pay the bills.
That's it.
Most of us we don't love it, you know, but we have to do.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Tell me
if
about
you are working like in something that we really like, maybe would be the best.
Yeah, of course, because you're gonna put effort on
exactly,
that.
Yeah.
And how did it happen when you came to Ireland? Did you think straight away? I know you started over COVID, right? That's when you started podcasts. So how did
she
this?
knows, yeah. That's great. That's great.
I'm telling you, I like what you're talking
She did
about.
some study, no? That's good.
she asked for ChatGPT.
Does it have it there?
I don't know.
didn't.
I don't think so.
They might. Let me ask her.
Yeah, you can type my name because I teach it like
We'll do it later. I'm not gonna have no
ChatGPT.
glasses.
Yeah, I teach it because like before when I put my name in there wasn't me. I was a girl that I used to have a company, a cosmetic company. I don't know, like because all the things that I search and I ask for ChatGPT, I think it thought like I was like that, you know, I was that person. I don't know, but now I think you have something if you know type my name.
She's doing it. Yeah, she even put her spectacles on.
But what did you what were you saying like about ChatGPT?
Because she prepared.
She
true. Studied about it. Yeah.
No, she didn't understand my question because it was quite.
Oh, just ask who is Edu Scandaroli.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's gonna find something.
Maybe it's a girl.
Or
again.
maybe that's just mine. I don't know.
Okay. He's a Brazilian filmmaker, director, and producer who has been residing in Ireland for 9 years. He's best known as the host of Irlanda Talk Show podcast, where his authentic experiences of Brazilian living abroad, of insights, blah, blah, blah. In addition to his podcast, blah, 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 he's a presence of various social media. Wow, that's a lot of shit.
Yeah, you can teach our ChatGPT as well.
Okay.
Yeah. It's cool.
So you taught ChatGPT
Yes, I had
about
to.
yourself.
I had to because before it thought I was like a girl that had cosmetic company here. It doesn't make sense. And then I had to explain, no, that's not
right?
me. Huh?
You don't sell cosmetics, right?
Not anymore. It didn't work.
Not
You're
yet,
not that girl anymore. Yeah.
No, after the surgery.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna start selling soon. It's a white cream.
Okay.
That is
For which region? Can you specify us?
We have to massage.
Over here.
Yeah, it's called sperm cream, something like that. No, anyways, nah, terrible. Yeah.
No, it's like this idea is sticking in my mind now.
That's Korean.
Yeah, that's Korean. Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway,
Yeah.
So yeah, I started my podcast. It was COVID time.
Yeah.
Actually, I started it. I always loved, making moves. But in Ireland, since I came here, I tried to apply for many, jobs in the industry. I never got a fucking email back asking for an interview. And I was like, I need to be involved with something connected with art. So, little by little, I started like buying stuff, buy like my own gear. And when I had like almost everything, I was talking to a friend of mine, Fernando. He works today at TikTok, and I said, "Oh, let's start a podcast." And he was like, "What's that?" And then I had to explain to him, that was something that I liked. Back then I was like a good listener, and I always loved, the fact that you have the the headsets and the voice, with a good sound quality. Yeah. Not with his face for sure. But no, yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh, something similar.
Yeah, that's me.
Our master coming. Look at that. That's cool. But
They're bringing milk.
Wait until you get old. You're gonna have the same white eyebrows.
I liked listening the podcasts, and I told him, and he was on board. So we started basically only audio. Everyone was online because of COVID for sure.
Yeah.
It was a way for me as well to deal with all of that situation, and start something talking about my life in Ireland, because that was something that I knew I was good at, because I was living here like for many years. So why not to talk about this?
When was the point you saw that there was potential to keep on doing it? Like there was a meaning you could be doing it, you could be monetizing it and making some impact. Because you started with audio.
As a hobby, it was a hobby.
It's a hobby,
Yeah, but I think everyone, when we start a project, I think like at some point we think of monetizing that thing,
Because there's hours you spend on it.
Yes, exactly. It's work.
Yeah.
Even if it's a hobby, it's work. So I had this in my mind, okay, I'm going to start as a hobby. And then one day I want to monetize it, just to pay myself back. But I stopped for a while. I think I stopped for 6 months because Fernando, he wasn't feeling it. And I was like, okay, I can understand. But I really wanted to do that again. And after a couple of months, and I asked him, I said, fair, I'm going to do this again. But at this point, I saw the other 2 podcasts that they have here, the Brazilian ones here. Yeah. And I said, okay, so they are doing videos now. If I want to go back doing this, I have to invest money.
Keep up.
Yeah, exactly. I need to upgrade my gear and buy better cameras.
Make it real, make it serious. Because actually that was something that I was facing as well back then, because I saw one podcast broadcasting, and then another one, and then another one, yours, and I was like, man, I my background is video producing, so why am I not doing something like that?
Yeah.
And then one thing led to another. Setcast was basically to start selling courses finance, because my friend and I, we studied like day trading and trading stuff, like investments, and we wanted to bring this subject to talk about it in Ireland. But then one thing led to another, and the thing just evolved to something else, with more meaningful, let's say.
It happens, and it happened to me as well. Like when I saw the other guys doing a video format, like we used to call video cast. And I was like, okay, if I wanna give all my time to create an episode or something, I want people to, to see it,
of course,
and to talk about it, like to say, oh, look at that, this has potential to be something good. And that's why I spoke to Fernando, and he wasn't like, I don't know, I need to think. And then I knew like he didn't want to, because if you really want something, you say, no, yeah, of course, let's do it, right? Yeah. So I did by myself. I was just using I had like 2 cameras, so one was terrible. I had one camera, a very good one that I used to have already.
Which model? I mean, let's be technical.
Sony 6500.
Okay.
This is a really good one. I used to have a DJI Pocket, but the first one, it was good. For more like for outside, or a place with lots of lights.
Basically, it needs light. That's it. Light.
Yeah, exactly. So it wasn't that great. It used to be my 3rd camera, so it was good. I didn't use that one very much. And my old iPhone, I think it was iPhone 10.
Okay. But the camera wasn't that bad. I mean, if you compare it to the
it was
15,
okay.
16,
It was okay.
it's bad,
yeah.
but still fine.
And I was doing at my place, you know, at the apartment that I live today.
Okay.
And it wasn't like, oh, beautiful or something like that, but it was something.
Yeah.
You know, that was like an upgrade. And
But
yeah.
what equipments do you have nowadays?
Oh, I have,
How good are they now?
yeah, I have more stuff today.
Yeah.
I spent lots of money on gear. I believe.
I know the feeling, but
What would you
Yeah,
think maybe is
I
the
know the
most,
feeling.
the most, I know you need good cameras and you need good mics, but if you're going to talk about podcasts, the sound comes first.
Yeah, I agree.
So you need to maybe give a little more attention to the sound,
Yeah.
as opposed to
Yeah,
the,
there's a. I'm not sure if it's a theory. I heard that many times, especially when I was at college, that we can watch a video with bad quality of image, but we cannot watch a video that the sound is a shit.
yeah.
It bothers us a lot, and that's
Audio
so
compensates.
true.
Very
I mean,
much.
like if the quality is not that good and the audio is okay, you're gonna watch it. It's fine. But if it's the other way around, nah, it's just impossible. No. So I agree. I would say audio is basically 60 to 70%. So yeah, audio comes first, and like cell phones, they do the work.
yeah.
Especially like for social media or even YouTube. It does the work, so you don't need you don't need expensive
Most
gear
people are
for
not
sure.
even going to understand that there is a difference between a camera, whatever
don't.
it is, and an iPhone. So
Yeah, they
I'm
don't.
talking about myself.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
But she's learning fast. Really fast.
fast
I wish.
learner. Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, people don't have this.
Nah, they don't have this knowledge, and they wouldn't like most of them. Of course, they wouldn't be capable to say, "Oh, this is bad quality camera." No, they're more like worried about the content itself.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you understand the niche you're talking to, the people that you're actually talking to? Is it Brazilians in general, or is it because, of course, it's Portuguese speaking at the moment? But which kind of people were you initially trying to reach, or is it still the same people you're trying to reach now, or did you change things in the process? I suppose you do, because you grow and you understand better, but how was this process?
Yeah, I think we change on the way. Of course, when we start a project, we have an idea and we want to follow this idea, But at some point, you have to study what's working, what's not working. The idea was to target people that wanted to come to Ireland for language course or something. And my first episodes, basically, I was talking to someone to explain how the basic, works in Ireland, how to
Open a PPS. or a bank
exactly.
account,
The documents that you
Yeah.
need, those things, very basic,
The first steps. Yeah.
Yeah, first steps.
Well, for us, but if someone is actually coming for the first time, that's quite important.
No, it's very
Yeah.
important as
It's
well.
useful.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really handy.
But for the podcast, at some point, I was just like, oh, there's no subject anymore for me to talk. So let's talk to people and ask their life experience.
Okay, so you started without the guests, and then you migrated to the guests.
No, it was guest, but
Okay.
for example, my first guest was related to something, how to open an account,
Someone that
bank
had worked in
account,
the bank or something.
someone that used to
Okay.
work for English schools. They have more knowledge than me. So
Oh yeah, like visa and how you can get here.
yeah, exactly.
this kind of
And
stuff, yeah.
for example, you just bought a car, so come here, explain the process of
Yeah.
buying a car in Ireland.
The insurance and the
Yeah.
do's and don'ts, and how to
Exactly.
save money during the process. Yeah.
That was my idea in the beginning, and then I just changed it because I can see nowadays people the audience, they gossip.
That's
really?
beautiful. That's
Tragedy. What else? I don't know. Those things.
Soap opera.
Yeah, it could be.
Soap opera,
Yeah, it could
yeah.
be. Yeah,
We're
basically.
Brazilians, man, come on. We love a really nice soap opera.
Yeah,
That's
no,
it.
like, the gossip pages on social media in Brazil, they're huge.
Yeah.
Like, even Leo Diaz, it's always like bullshit,
Yeah,
like
geez,
talking
isn't this guy a singer?
No.
I know nothing about it.
He's
apparently.
a gossiper? Does this word exist?
Man, I know nothing. I'm sorry for that.
He's a
That's how much
gossiper.
into.
But yeah, I don't know. People just like those things.
Yeah.
Basically.
But do you target your content like thinking about your audience or about what you really enjoy, like broadcasting? Because here, like, I feel comfortable saying things that I like to express. I like to, like, to advertise.
Yeah, it makes
it, yeah.
sense. It makes sense. But when we're talking about YouTube, basically we're talking about audience, and so what they want to see. It's not about ourselves.
Yeah.
It's about themselves, what they need, what they want. Because if you keep like to yourself or like, what you like, I think it's very small, like niche for you to explore.
Okay, so let's say what they want, but with your touch, with your spice. Let's say,
Yeah,
So,
exactly, yeah. And the way you present it, like, for example, here, like how you set up the place, like it tells about yourselves. So we can play with this, but the content or like what I'm gonna talk is basically what the audience need.
Yeah, like the questions, like the main questions, like what do you want to know about? Because as a person seeing from the outside, and like I would imagine myself, okay, so that's how I get started on with a podcast.
Yeah.
What do I need exactly? What's the investment?
What gear?
What's the time? Like, am I too old to learn, or
how to post, how to upload? Yeah, basically, yeah. But like,
It's tough, huh? Once you
Yeah.
get through an age to learn everything from the zero.
It's complicated, girl.
It can be a little tricky, challenging.
but like, even though it's not so easy to bring all those things as well, because I don't know, like today I interview people because I want to know what they have to share. And there's, lots of good stuff for them to share.
Everyone has good stuff to share.
Oh yeah.
Everyone.
That's the thing. That's what I say, like, to people, like, if you have something interesting to share, yeah, let's do it.
No.
So I don't choose very much. I know like some subjects based on what I have already. I know what would like create a good audience, but it's internet. We don't know.
Do you consume podcasts? What would be...
I don't.
You don't consume
I
podcasts?
don't.
There's not a single one that you find, okay, that one.
that's
Or
second.
even if you had time or what would be the kind of subject that would, even if it's not on a podcast, if you go somewhere to news, or what is the kind of subject that usually drags your attention the most?
Oh my
Yeah, man, like, you
gosh.
stopped porn and you stopped podcast as well. What the heck, bro?
He was behind this. He was like before, The subject we were talking was like a different thing.
Yeah. It's a good
The cameras
disclaimer.
were
Stop porn.
the camera
Porn
was
doesn't do good to you.
the cameras were off. But anyway, but that's good.
I'm gonna be, and that's gonna be cutted.
Segura na mão de Deus. Segura na mão de Deus.
Bora descer o barranco com a Paraty sem freio.
You don't educate at all.
No. I study a lot. Usually, well, I started at least so many online courses. Not now, like lately I've been a bit lazy.
How lazy.
Too lazy, I'd say. But I'm living my sabbat here, yeah, so that makes sense. But okay, I consume social media a lot.
Fuck, that's bad.
I know that's bad, but at the same
As bad as
time,
porn.
Yeah, as bad as.
I know,
As
yeah.
badass. You're a badass. That's badass.
But at the same time, I don't know. It helps me to understand what the social media works, how the social media works,
Oh yeah.
and what people like.
The mechanics
basically.
of it, like
mean-
yeah, that's true. I do the same.
Yeah, I'm gonna give an example. I know it's bad, but I'm gonna give an example. I did like some videos with more like produced ones that took more time, and usually they don't go viral, And now I'm watching what the social media, what people, at home they like. I'm started doing the same, and boom, like, it's getting viral, like, much easier.
You mean about format, right? Because content.
Yeah, format and content as well. I know like where people are watching.
Okay.
So,
but then it's only delivered to you, whatever the algorithm or whatever the fuck it is delivers to you, because you're consuming
that
more
kind
and more.
of, yeah, that kind of, content.
So
yeah.
you kind of have to have this in mind.
Yeah.
Because it's fine. Okay, you understand there is a format that is more consumed and therefore is more delivered to you. But talking about the content itself, it can vary.
Yeah, it can.
Depends from person to consumer.
Yeah.
So
well, like as long as my content, like, is being delivered to the same people that likes the content that I get. So
what I'm trying to say is
that's fine. Yeah.
Don't consume that much. I mean, no one should really consume that much social media.
But there's there's tons of problems behind that.
It's the excuse,
Are you happy?
No. I mean, it's not. Yeah, like social media. Like, there's many reasons why we consume that.
Of course, yes.
You know that, like, as a psychologist.
Just don't masquerade them so much. Understand why you're consuming it. As long as you know why you're doing it, and it's for sure that's the reason why. Because I like it. Fuck off.
This is a Setcast, and we have live therapy.
Live therapy.
This is just
that's a good point.
conselho, an advice. This is just an advice.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate your advice.
Unsolicited as always.
As always, this is a Setcast.
I might leave this place, like, open my Instagram. Well, on Instagram.
Better than
crime. TikTok. Yeah.
Hey, crazy.
I have zero. I have zero
so you're
tolerance for
saying
TikTok.
the question I asked you was, what kind of content would you consume the most? And you said I consume social media.
Well,
What
Netflix.
kind of, okay.
Yeah, well, what kind
watch,
of content? What kind of subject?
Yeah.
Like, I like to consume, let's say, political things and how things began, this kind of shit.
History.
Okay, so if you
the
talk,
end of the world,
if you talk,
terraplanista.
oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. If you talk about social media, I'm gonna say that I like to laugh.
Okay.
So basically, comedy is something that I really enjoy. Like stand-up comedy. Even not just like Portuguese artists, even like the ones that say in English. Yeah, funny things, basically bullshit, the fifth grade, all those things. Yeah.
It's like
present.
Setcast.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
It's like Setcast.
But when I'm not, on social media, I watch Netflix so much because I love it. I like to watch, TV shows, series, movies.
That's.
I like Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah,
it's very stupid. I love it.
Good.
I like a bit of everything. I would say more like drama is something that I enjoy. But I don't know, like there's some categories. When I'm having lunch or dinner, I just wanna play bullshit. For example, lately I've been watching those TV shows that restore old cars.
Oh, that's awesome!
I don't know why, but
that's
I love
very good.
It. Yeah,
me too. Houses and cars. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
what
there's
do.
one like
Restoration,
Rose Valley,
Makeover.
Yeah, it's so good. Like those kind of shows. I just love it. When I'm not watching those kind, I don't know. I'll go for drum or action. I started a documentary yesterday. It's about UFOs.
Okay.
So it's good.
UFO.
It's good. Yeah.
UFO. No, wait.
Because it's not USA.
Different country.
It's because they go.
Different country.
Yeah. They go to Brazil because like they see
Sérgio
like,
Sacani.
yeah, man of the. It's good.
Sérgio Sacani.
But yeah, that's the kind of content I don't consume like podcasts. Yeah, that's weird.
Okay, so talking about your podcast, what was because I was thinking you probably since COVID, it's 4 years by now?
Yeah.
5?
Yeah.
Something
4,
like that.
4.
You have probably faced challenges. What was the funniest? Because you were talking about funny things, and what was the funniest thing that you may have faced, and at the time probably have felt like you were, I don't know, hopeless about something, and it ended up well, or something that ended up in a funny way, or even an interview that you had that you weren't expecting much, and it came out.
I don't know, something like that.
Did people show their? I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say it.
Oh my gosh, that's difficult. Oh, that's been like so many episodes.
I believe, that's
Something
fucking 4 years we're talking about.
So the episodes are
Something. It doesn't need to be the most. Something that just because we're talking about now. If something comes to your mind.
No, I don't know, like, being funny or something funny that happened. I know, like, I had dogs at the studio, and there was a mug for the guests.
And peanut butter? No, that's not right.
And they let the dog, drink the water, from their mug. That was something I wasn't expecting, but I said, if they're happy, I'm not gonna say. Yeah, they were. It's like they know they're a baby, so I was like, as long as they're happy, so
okay.
But there's something that I had to face over there. Some stories that people shared regarding violence, domestic abuse as well. Yeah. Those were like very difficult to take. And after the episode was done, like, many people told me, oh, how did you deal with that? And I was like, I don't know. I was more like a listener than a host itself, because there's not much for me to say,
Of course.
Ask a couple of questions and wait for the person to, give something to me. So that was very difficult. Okay. Just something just came to my mind.
Oh, that's good.
No, because I said the word difficult.
We can talk about the tough stuff as well, because man, when you're talking about
it's not easy. That's very difficult.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But difficult, and I just something else came to my mind.
Okay.
Just remind me later, okay? Save this word.
I will.
If I forget,
Tell
you
me.
let me know. Grávida de Taubaté.
Ah, tá bom.
Okay? So
Maybe I drank too much water.
This is Setcast.
Anyway, a challenge time for me. I had like some famous people from Brazil on my podcast, so it was something very special. But one guy that went there, I was like so worried because I don't know, I was afraid of being canceled or something like that.
Did you have a Santiago over there?
Yeah, Santiago.
Santiago cancels everyone, even if you don't ask to be canceled.
No, it was worse.
Oops.
Oh man.
Yeah, he's the most, how can I say, most canceled comedian in Brazil.
Oh,
Leo Lins.
Leo Lins.
Oh
yeah.
man.
You shouldn't be mentioning his name.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Voldemort.
I know he's a jerk, but I just love him.
No,
I'm sorry.
but-
I'm gonna be canceled now. You cut it. I don't care. Fuck it. I like him.
Like, it was very good because he's very clever.
He's very clever.
The
He's
chat.
like- yeah.
Straight away.
Like he challenges. That's the thing. Like no matter the kind of jokes, he's challenging somehow.
Yeah.
He's pushing people to make them think, to make them be very like, I don't like this guy. But
He
they-
does
they
reverse
think about
psychology
things. Yeah,
all
yeah,
the
yeah.
time.
Yeah. And like he says that in the episode, like he goes to the stage and people that wants to go there because they like his humor.
Yeah.
So that's it, yeah. But the chat was so nice. Like his reference in the stand-up comedy in Brazil because he, how can I say, he wrote a book.
Yeah.
And his book is like the number one.
O livro dos
Best-seller.
insultos.
I don't know.
O livro dos insultos.
Is the reference like number one? Every single comedian in Brazil that wants to study stand-up
Must
comedy.
read it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Poor Dad, Rich Dad, Poor Dad
Yes.
for finance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it was super cool to chat with him. Like he told me, "Oh, I'm not a bad person. Like nobody like talks about myself helping charities and people. They just focus on my jokes." And when I do the jokes, I have a place to do those, So
And
Because
people
they like
hate
content,
to
you know.
hear the
nice.
jokes because people want
Yeah.
to have this experience of,
Exactly,
he's so
yeah.
clever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also like I
That's
can
nice.
understand. I told him
Your voice.
we were live. We were live.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my
Fuck,
god,
this-
yeah. Especially because when like I posted a story on Instagram, and he shared and say, hey everyone, go to this link. I'm in Ireland and I'm gonna do like a podcast right now. There's so many people watching. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
That was
You're the center of
crazy.
How did you
attention.
deal with the nervous?
Oh
and
my,
how
I
did you
just
deal with the center of
did.
attention
No,
as-
I just did. I just I had to.
You breathe.
It's like it. I
He's
don't.
a person after all, right? Like,
Yeah,
like us.
but
come on.
I don't know, man. It's just like a character that we create when we start like live. Because if it's recorded, okay, we can
Play a
like,
little.
Yeah, exactly. But live, it's live,
Yeah.
There's not much to be
Oh,
done.
so you're doing live back
Yeah.
then, and then now you're recording.
Yeah,
again.
now I'm recording
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just like I just started because I didn't want to show him that I was nervous or something because he's huge in Brazil.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was like, who am I? But I have a podcast here, so people like it. So I have
Who
to
is he-
show him
who's
that
he
I'm
in
good.
Ireland, by the
Yeah.
he's just another person.
No, yeah,
really.
that's the
true.
truth. Yeah, but I don't know. We just don't think. We just do, because
Yeah.
it has to be done. So that's what I did, and it was great episode. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I can understand like some people they just ask myself like other people, is there like a limit for making jokes for comedy? And it's different. Like people has different opinions on that, but
I know.
2 months ago I made a video. It's on my Instagram. It's a humor video, of course, that shows myself dating an Irish girl.
Okay. Does she know that? She's aware.
Who?
The Irish.
True.
The girl.
Probably it was
No,
a
there's
Brazilian
no
character.
girl.
There's
Okay,
no girl.
it's just okay. I
Yeah,
thought
it's
it
general.
was
Yeah, it's general
one.
because
Okay.
like they were the fucking ugly fake tongue. My opinion, I think
It
I think
is.
it's horrible.
Can I stop you for a quick second?
Yeah.
I worked in a shop for 1 year or something, and then I was working with Irish girls, and they were gorgeous.
Yeah.
All of them, they
Yeah.
were beautiful,
Yeah, but
and they would
they
come.
tell themselves, don't do it, man. Just keep yourself beautiful.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
do that.
They would come to me and they would say, Mara, why do you think Brazilian guys are not that into Irish girls? Are we not the same body
fake
type
tan.
or something? And I said,
It's the
girls,
fake tan.
honestly,
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
you're way more like attractive and you just stop wearing this whole shit that you
Yeah.
wear, even
Yeah.
the face,
Yourselves.
you
You're
know?
seen
beautiful
their-
guys.
Girls,
Yeah.
you're gonna
Their
remember
uncle,
what you're
yeah.
talking about. What I'm talking about. If you're
Yeah.
watching this,
But
they
it's
can,
just
they can
our
prove
opinion.
it.
It's
They
just
can
our opinion,
prove it.
right, Mara? Yes,
That's the
yes.
answer.
Yeah. Like, I mean, like,
Why
it's-
don't Brazilian guys-
It's my opinion.
It's
I
Brazilians.
don't like, like when we say liking is about opinion because if you are gonna like something, or they will dislike it.
It doesn't mean the what I'm.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just they asked me why don't Brazilian guys are that interested in Irish girls. It's because of the whole shit that you put on your
Yeah,
face
wait,
and body.
You know why? Yeah, I
that-
can explain you why. It's because, like, imagine you have
and
to take your
melts.
bed sheet.
And melts.
How, you have to take your bed sheets out of your bed.
It's really-
You have to wash it, and then you have to put it back. But then you
It's
have
stained.
a schedule. You have to wait for your day, maybe, because you share a house. So it's kind of tricky,
No, you have to throw away.
It stains it.
That's true. Yeah,
Really? You have to
throw
yeah,
it
you have
away,
to throw
yes.
it. Yeah,
Oh.
I've
It
heard-
stains.
The joke, the video that I made was like myself waking up after a date with an Irish girl, and my face was like all orange, and I had some eyelashes, like those huge eyelashes, like all over my place, like one on my tongue and one here.
Did you lick her eye or was it an eye? What's the name of it? Beijo grego.
Oh my gosh,
Greek kiss. I don't know.
Ricky is. I think it's the same. Yeah,
It's the same.
I
yeah,
think
okay.
so.
I think it's on the eye, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, for sure. Yeah, plus 18.
Plus 18.
and then like some not even the Irish I think no I don't think like I got a complaint for Irish girls, But a Brazilian did. I was like, oh my God, it's humor. I said, no, you cannot say those things about Irish people because and blah, blah, blah. I said, I'm not talking about Irish people. I love Irish people. I think they're funny. They're very like to us.
Open, and they're very
open.
close to Brazilians.
Yeah. I mean, like, we're similar, you know? The joke that I made was a characteristic that they use, you know, like the fake tongue and the huge, you know, eyelash, which
and they don't
in my
need
opinion
it because they're gorgeous.
Ugly, you know?
They're gorgeous. Yeah. That's the point. They don't need it at all.
Big eyelashes. Yeah.
You do.
You do, yeah.
You do. You can maybe do transplants to them.
But that's the thing, you know, humor. And I said to her, like, this is just humor. If you don't like it, keep scrolling down.
I saw something at some point. A girl with a strong makeup, she was crying, and then someone was wearing a white shirt, and then they kind of laid like this, and they came off, and the fucking face was stained on the fucking shirt.
What?
Wow,
That's it.
That happens. I mean, not exactly like that, but you know. So that's the point.
If you date an Irish girl here, sometimes you think you
not Irishes. You get like people from different countries as well. They also have this culture.
Ronald McDonald. Yeah. Some people said see The Simpsons, and there's an Irish guy. He sent me an inbox. You are rude because blah blah blah. I said, why am I being rude? I'm not. Anyway, it's just humor. But I dated like an Irish girl once, and I was yes, I don't remember. Ifa.
Caralho.
I don't remember. Yeah, but I was at her place.
Schneid.
Oh my gosh.
Roisin. I like this name.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's a good
I think it's
one.
beautiful.
Fiona is nice. Yeah.
Fiona writes spells the same way, so there's no fun.
I don't like Shibon. I think it's an ugly name. Shibon.
Because it's written in an awkward way.
Yeah,
right?
For me it doesn't sound nice. I don't know. Lean is beautiful. Also, she is. I know Aline. Yeah,
It's
if you're watching it,
you're beautiful.
if you're watching it, you know, whenever you want,
For you.
I'm down for it.
You can have a Brazilian
now,
piece anytime.
anyway, well, I just lost the.
You were talking about this Irish girl that you went out.
Yeah, I was at her place. And eventually we started talking about taking shower, you know, because what's talking about Brazilians and, you know, this culture of, you know, showering more than once.
Taking a shower together.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
That's nice. Yeah.
Sometimes
really
sometimes it works. It works as an excuse, you know. No, it's a fetish that I like a lot.
But
So
it's
just
actually, I know I've done it.
yeah.
But it's actually nice to take a shower together, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Irish people.
Wash each other.
This is a trick, okay?
No, don't listen
It's
to
not
him.
just a trick, it's actually nice.
But
Come
It is,
on.
I know. But yeah,
No, but listen, I was with this girl.
many benefits.
And then we were eventually like started to talk about this thing, and she was like, "No, I just take a shower." Jesus Christ, she is a nurse, you know, and she was like, "No, I take shower every 3 days in a week." I was like, "Oh my God!" I was hoping like, "Oh, I hope she did take a shower today." And
But did you bring
she
her?
Didn't. She didn't, so it wasn't a good experience.
Did you bring this slice of bread and no? Anyways,
Santiago do Futuro, you're gonna have to make some.
Yeah, you are gonna be
Buttons.
cancelled. Yeah, I'm not saying anything. I'm just sharing my experience. But anyway, it wasn't good. The date was fine. She was super nice person. I loved like you spending this time with her. But you know, just some things to remember.
Yeah. Perdi, brother.
you know why they don't
We all
take
did.
showers? Não falei. Because land is all that matters. Tell you.
What?
Land is all that matters.
Land.
Yeah.
Forget
The
about
book.
showers
tá
or
lendo a
whatever.
livro.
The land is all that matters.
The book is on the
table.
shelf.
Ah!
Shelf.
The books on the shelf.
The book is on the shelf. So yeah, no, I don't know.
You have
we'll talk about
already
something.
talked.
I have a question, man.
Okay, go. Ask your question.
Guys, I have a question. So, Edu, how did you start the podcast? Because I have this question. I know the answer because we've been through it.
Yeah.
What do you need exactly in order to get started? Like, I found Mara on the bus stop, you know, like
I was lost.
Yeah, she was like
Drugged in the middle of a bag.
exactly. And I opened the bag and she was there, like
Alive.
Yeah,
she was a
alive,
good
barely.
voice. Well, I mean, after
You
a
put
shower,
my arm back.
after a shower, and she's here. So
You
what?
fed me cow milk.
I shaved your.
I was
armpits, yeah.
hairy and I had dreads
gosh, you guys
coming
go-
out.
You go far. And do you actually believe what you say?
Of course.
Yeah, okay. That's funny.
Anyway, so
Okay, I'm back.
what did you say to people that want to get started? They have a potential. They know that. They
Yeah.
don't want to admit it because they think it's arrogant, but it's not. And they just need to get started. And to, what do you recommend? Like, what kind of investment?
Okay.
Is it cheap? Is it expensive? Do you really need to be there, like, to want to make it happen? Or
Well,
it's simple?
you basically need to find someone in the bin and ask to join as you did.
It's pretty easy.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. No,
Doesn't mean it's gonna work.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
put
that's true. That's
you gotta
true.
be careful with the syringes.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it happens. Yeah, I worked in my first job here in Ireland. We was in a laundry, and there's a department that called like sort.
Okay.
We need like to separate stuff, so it was very like
You
dangerous.
probably were all
Because
the
like
shit.
the bed sheets and duvets, like we used to receive this from the hospitals as well in Dublin, not just
Yeah.
hotels. So, like,
Contaminated.
yeah, you could find everything. But yeah, gladly I only worked in that department 2 days. One day.
That's already crazy,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, one day I had to, and the second day, when they want to put me there, I said, because at that time I want to leave, and I
Oh,
said,
you liked it.
I'm not gonna do this. If I have to, no, if I have to do this, I'm gonna leave today. And like the leader was like,
Stuff.
because we needed like to be vaccinated as well, but we never did. Like most of them, they don't have it. So no, I wouldn't put myself at risk. But anyway, the question,
Yeah.
I would say basically, you don't need expensive gear. You can start a podcast just audio. I think it's a good exercise. You don't need cameras because it's another level. But
How long? Like 15 minutes, 13 minutes, or it
doesn't matter.
goes with your
You
heart?
can do 5 minutes.
minutes, yeah.
Depending the what you're gonna talk, the subject. If you wanna have guests, of course it's gonna take longer.
But you can start without guests, yeah.
You
Like
can
to
start with that.
get
Yeah,
used
just
to it,
talking
yeah.
like you can basically, I don't know, open a book with horror stories and stuff like that. You just read it.
Yeah.
Tell a story. That's all. So you don't need like expensive gear. Like even the microphone for an iPhone, for example, is a good one. You can do this. Like there's some app on the mobiles that you can use. You can upload
Reduce
it straight,
noises
yeah.
and blah, blah, blah.
So basically what you need is, eager to make it happen. If you really want it, just start it, don't wait. There's a sentence a quote actually that I like a lot is, I'm going to try to translate it. Don't, how
Go
gonna
Portuguese. We're going to write it down. Santiago from
No,
future.
let me try. It's, don't leave, don't put your dreams on others' hands, something like that. It basically is like,
Yeah.
não coloque seu sonho.
No one's responsible for your own dreams.
Because, it's your dream.
Yeah.
Only you can make it happen,
No.
If you are waiting for someone to tell you,
You're
that's a
fucked,
good
man.
idea, you don't do it. So you don't
true.
start. You get frustrated because you didn't try, and times, it flies. So
Yeah.
just start. If you really want to start something, just do it straight away. And like you are gonna learn on the way. It happens. It happened to me as well. So we are not like today, of course, I have experience, but a couple of years ago, I had no idea how to start a podcast.
You had to start. You had the day one. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and basically what I had, I wanted to invest in a microphone. That was something that I was like, I really want to do this. In Ireland, come on. Everything is very affordable
There's no
here.
excuse. Like I bought
If you
the
want
cameras, like
it,
used
yeah.
cameras here for the podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no excuse, man. Like this microphone here is under €50.
It's not good enough.
Is it?
No, but there's a brand that I started with. It's Audio Technica. I think the model was Audio Technica 8282 or 8080, something like this. €70. And it's a huge microphone. It's great.
Yeah.
It's just 70. When I bought it was like €90. Now it's a little bit cheaper. And it's a fantastic microphone to
That's
start.
still a very good price anyway,
Yeah.
even if it's 90.
Yeah, exactly. So in Ireland, you can buy like cheap stuff. Like today, okay,
It's doable.
I invested.
That's the point. It's doable for whoever lives here. It can be
Oh
expensive.
yeah, definitely, yeah.
Fuck, that's true because I mean,
wanna-
It's a day of work if you think,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, roughly.
It's a day of work, yeah.
I mean, like my iPhone here is like refurbished. There's no excuse, man.
My phone's very good.
Oh my God, Mara,
What have you done?
you crazy?
So basically, when I started, I had 2 microphones because I bought one, and Fernando, like he's bought his, of course. I needed
It's like
audio.
underwear. Yeah.
Personal use.
Yeah.
Underwear.
Yeah.
It's my microphone. I
No,
put
yeah,
my mouth
no,
in here.
because Jesus Christ.
I know.
I put my mouth on it. So I had this microphone. I had an audio interface, €40. I bought. There's a very good website here in Europe that calls Thompson.
Oh yes.
Thompson, yeah.
It's from Germany. It's
Thompson or Thoman?
And there's
Thoman.
Thompson as well, but I think it's musical.
I think it's Thoman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
two
it's
M's
Thomas.
in
It's
the end,
Thomas. Yeah,
yeah.
it's musical.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought it there. I believe it's from. I think it's German.
Deutschland.
Yeah.
That
Or
is
Dutch.
Germany, Deutschland. Yeah.
Oh, look at
Deutschland.
Yeah. Deutschland.
Oh my god.
Deutschland.
9.
They sound like they're upset. And so yeah, I started with like this. I got this interface as well for €40. That's all I needed, and of course some cable. That's
So
all.
maybe 500 quid would do you.
Oh, 500? That's
Well-
yeah. I mean, if you want to have a video, you can start using your iPhone or like any other smartphone. Of course, you have to edit, afterwards.
So that goes to 2,500, right? Because an iPhone.
No, but I mean,
Last dinner, I'm kidding.
but-
I'm taking the
yeah,
piss. But
okay.
then you don't have to buy the mic because the micro.
No, I mean, like usually people have it. I used to have an iPhone, so
Yeah.
when I started the video, I used my
I
own
used to have an
iPhone.
iPhone, and it worked better.
Or you
She doesn't
can
like Androids.
Don't.
you
That's
can
it, like
buy
she
you
hates
can
it.
buy like second hand. Or like it's cheap here in Ireland, so yeah,
It is,
you
it
don't
is,
need
it is.
lots of money.
Refurbished. I mean, I
Yeah.
bought my refurbished, the computer refurbished.
Yeah.
So I think there's no excuse here in Ireland. But back in Brazil,
no, yeah.
yeah. Oh my God, man.
I wouldn't have what I have today.
Yeah, that's true.
It's very challenging there, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you actually worked with similar.
Yeah.
You have a similar background. It changed, of course. You evolved, and you chose whatever you would want the most to be working with, especially because it's just your own. But what are the main differences that you've seen? Maybe not audiovisual, but you didn't really work with podcasts there, did you?
No.
You were just
Yeah, but I worked in TV. There's a radio there that we used to record it. So it
You
was,
do have some-
It was
some
a bit.
gear.
It was like a podcast, The how do I say? I just forgot the word.
It's okay.
But it's okay. Thank you. You're very kind.
It's okay.
But if I actually could ask you a question, and that's obviously going to be very stupid, and I don't give a fuck. You have spoken to important people and famous people, I'd say. But if there's someone that you have not spoken to, dead or alive, it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Who would it be? And what would be the question that you would like the most that this person would answer?
Okay, so I was going to say something. Okay, there's like everyone says that, but that's true. There's no stupid question because every question
There's
is
always,
valid.
because everything that comes from me is stupid.
No. There's a person that I'm a big fan. He's also a comedian, which is Thiago Ventura.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to have a chat with
It's
him.
been
in my
here
podcast.
before, a couple of times, I think, right? I actually
likes to-
Once I sent him like, I don't know. There's a video that I posted on my stories and I tagged like all of them that I was saying something like,
Thiago Ventura, o cara tá te chamando aqui, brother. Tu encara?
Tá te chamando pra xixi,
isso aí. And then
Sai do capão, filha da puta.
and then I said, I tagged like many comedians said, oh, I already didn't like podcast with those, but I also want those ones to come. And he replied to me, said, eu colo.
Oh,
like,
brother,
I
que
will.
mania, that's
mean,
cool.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, I just need, this year he was here, I think in February, but I was in Brazil, so it didn't happen. Maybe next year when he comes.
So that's why he came here in February. He knew it would be in
yeah,
Brazil.
that's true. Could be.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, no, I would love to have a chat with him because I think he's great. We would have like so much fun.
What would be the first question, or not necessarily the first, but what would be the question that you would really expect him to respond?
Usually, I like
Answer.
I like to take their personal statements. For example, when I had the chance to interview Afonso Padilha, but not on my podcast, in the place he was performing his show, I asked something about like his comedy helping people. I don't remember the question, to be honest, but it was something that he took from his heart and he answered to me. I think it was like very honest.
I like that guy, man.
Yeah, he's nice.
Yeah.
He's really nice.
And after that, he told me, like, even though in the comments, and then he sent me a text on Instagram say, I'm getting so many feedbacks from people saying that I basically saved their lives with my comedy. And like, you don't listen that very often from a comedian because they are there to make you laugh. So there's a side that I want to explore usually with
People don't
artists.
perceive that humor actually makes a difference in people's
it
lives.
does a lot. Yeah, it does a lot. Yeah.
There's a human side of it, like there's a noble cause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
And that's something that I sometimes I like to play with, just asking those questions because
That's a good question, Edu, because what about your podcast? How many lives have you saved? How many impacts have you made? Yeah.
okay, that's good actually.
Yeah.
Because when we are on the internet and doing what we do, we don't realize we are doing like
The reach that you have.
something huge for someone. Basically, we're here talking about our experiences, sharing like what we know. And some people, they text me and they said, not saving lives, I wouldn't say that, but they said, I was about to give up and go back to Brazil, but after this episode, they changed like my whole, mindset.
So you saved lives, man.
In your case specifically, I think that it really applies because you started with some very important information in a time where people didn't really have any real connection.
Yeah.
They didn't have anybody around
Anybody
to say,
to
like,
talk
look,
about.
don't do that.
Yeah.
Like, be more
And
patient.
that's something that sometimes I do some videos speaking about, the shits that people sell here, like some influencers. I actually hate this word.
Yeah. Great.
But anyway.
Some people.
Yeah, some people.
Let's say people.
Yeah. But like some influencers, I don't know, they just lie to get something in exchange, like to sell some product or info products, for example. They sell the idea of living abroad is perfect, is easy, and so
oversell
on.
it.
Yeah. No, it's like a both oversell. It's a lie.
It's actually full of shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And once I did a video, like I really, I was like very honest and I said loads of things. And this video, it got viral. And there's like some famous people from Brazil as well. They were commenting. So that's something that matters to me. When I know my video is impacting someone's life somehow, at least for them to be careful with information on the internet, because it's not like because
more
the
attentive.
internet it's true. No, that's not.
Yeah, and a podcast is like a car, in my opinion. Like you can hit people or you can drive and reach your destination. So you gotta use it wisely because you have the power to change lives. For good
true.
or for bad.
Yeah, especially because we're living something that people in the country they don't, so they have no idea.
Yeah.
It's easy for you to say bullshit on the internet and like people buy it and then they come here. Not mostly, but like there's a chance for many of them sell everything they have to come here and then there's a frustration, because it's not gonna be the same for
It's not
like
gonna be
everyone.
expectations.
No, exactly. It's
No.
not like what the life you have here is not the
especially
life that I
'cause
have.
The world is changing in general, right? So whatever happened, I'm talking about worldwide. So if it happens, it changed so much in the past 5 years or something. If it changed in your city, man, in your country, it's obviously gonna have changed the same way
Yeah.
in the other countries. So you can't expect that the same information that was provided 3 years
not at
ago is
all.
going to be accurate by now.
Yeah.
Which is
good for the content creator.
it is awesome for the
They have to
content
keep on
creator,
creating
but people
more
that
content.
do believe in shit that was said 5 years ago, 4 years ago,
Yeah,
man,
it
they're
changes a lot.
It doesn't
fucked.
apply
No,
anymore.
it
Yeah,
doesn't.
It's just another
No,
reality.
of course not.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something else I could say. Do you remember that I said like about grávida de Taubaté?
The gravity is
Yes.
There's a shit that happened to me because I wanted to help someone. Again, like using social media, I was trying to help someone because apparently back there was a girl. She had cancer and she had.
I remember that shit.
Yeah, she had like a couple of months of life. I knew her in the dance school. Yeah, I saw her twice over there like this. She
You actually met her.
yeah, I met her. Yeah, that's why I wanted to help
She
her.
looks very short to me. Is she short? Is she tiny?
She is. Yeah, and then
Doesn't make a difference.
no, yeah, doesn't.
Doesn't it? I like your question.
Smart question.
Smart ones, yeah.
No question is silly.
Yeah, that's true. But this girl, I received like because I have the podcast. I have like I think I am.
You were
over,
like him and you had the power, so you were, maybe I can help this
power
person.
of
Super
the
Saiyan.
grace concert thing
It's
like
kind of
that.
tricky because you want to help, but then you...
They're not a super saiyan.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
we
You
have
wanna
to
help,
be
but
careful.
then you have to be really careful.
Yeah, I have to be careful. But I didn't have like this, expertise. Because it never happened to me.
Yeah.
Of course, like we're talking about like a terrible thing here, right?
Yeah,
Someone
yeah,
lying
yeah.
about like
Yeah.
being sick with cancer. Oh, fuck off. But anyway, when she was on social media asking for help, many people sent me requests to help her somehow. And like today I have like 18 plus followers, 18,000 plus followers on Instagram. And I
Because
said,
you were put on the
okay, let me see.
holoforte.
Yeah, I'm gonna help her.
He's smart. I like you, baby.
I'm sorry, I said it because you were put on the holoforte.
Olafort, yeah.
I'm sorry, that was
you
very
have to
bad.
explain for them. Yeah,
Yeah.
put a subtitle.
Yeah, we will.
will.
Try,
It's
do your
terrible.
best, do
We
your
shouldn't.
best.
We
I'm
like
sorry.
terrible
Yeah.
jokes here.
I know.
Yeah.
I like that too. But anyway, and then I asked her, hey, I think I can help you. And then, oh, that's great, blah, blah, blah. And I said, I have a podcast and this one here and give me some information. And then she shared like the information with me. I made a video. Oh my gosh. I think I am like her worst nightmare at the same time. Because my video, it got viral over like 500,000 views only on Instagram. And the video was in English. I was explaining her situation and I was asking for donors.
Yeah, I
Possible
remember the shit.
donors.
Because it was something very serious. Like
It was
It
my
was something
fucking
serious.
It was my fucking face over there, like asking for help, and like it was just a lie.
The fuck? Grávida de Taubaté.
Grávida de Taubaté. And I was like, you see, like sometimes you really want to help, but those people.
I have a friend
you have to know
that
how to help. Like it's crazy.
you've met him. You probably know him, and I just don't know you do. But he actually told me something like this. He has a channel as well that actually reached to a lot of people, and he said, Mara, I'm not gonna do that shit because what if I don't know the girl and I'm very sorry because I've been fooled before. I'm not gonna do that shit again, and there you go. Not
Yeah.
just you. I mean,
Not just me, like
people that actually
everyone.
believed, and that doesn't
the
mean you
whole
have to stop
even
believing
English
in people.
Yeah, it's very bad
even Irish
because,
people,
yeah.
like everyone was fooled.
You don't
And
have
Irish
to
people are
stop.
very engaged when
Helping people,
to
yeah.
help. Yeah. It's really crazy because you gotta know how to use it. Because I mean, you're helping somebody, but it's a lie, and you don't know, and they're helping. How is it gonna be like in the future when you're asked for help again?
But that's the point.
crazy,
You
man.
can't
Yeah.
stop believing in people and actually trusting people in general.
Yeah.
The point is, you gotta know, before you start saying shit, or else you
Ask for proof.
ask for proof,
Yeah.
or you look for proof, or else you just send the video and then say,
Yeah.
hey guys, I've never checked it, but if you want to, feel
Yeah.
free. There's the information.
Well, now it's a different situation,
because you're not always gonna have time.
Nowadays, I'm not helping at all. But if
Fuck them.
if no, it's not like that. Like if someone really needs help and like if they can prove, okay, let's give it a try again. But you know, I gave myself so much for these calls, especially because Marcia, she's the
Marcia, her name, yeah.
yeah, I mean like
Marcia.
Marcia. No, not this girl. Marcia, she's the head of a group that supports cancer in the Brazilian community here.
Oh man.
The group,
Serious shit, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the group's name is Grupo Amor Simples de Doar.
Okay.
So
Like
Marcia,
love, yeah.
I
That's
knew,
beautiful, actually.
Yeah, I knew her before that because they went to my podcast before, and she told me, "Oh, there's this girl. Is that okay? Like, can you have her on your podcast?" So they were
She was fooled as well.
Yeah, and they work with that. They help people with
She's
cancer.
been to many podcasts and everywhere.
Yeah. So you see, she's an expert.
She was
That
probably
bastard.
this girl probably has something and that she
Yeah.
manipulated everyone. I didn't really go deep inside, but I kind of obviously saw the case.
Yeah.
And man, I hope this girl's fine now.
It makes me wonder, like,
Not-
it makes
not-
me think about Meatloaf, you know. I would do anything for love. Because I heard that she it was
Yes,
for love. Was it for love?
I believe so.
We love gossips here.
I believe so. Yeah, because
I mean, honestly, I just believe. I,
think so.
just hope she's good now and being, getting the help that she needs, because she obviously needs help, even if it's not physical.
It wasn't like her first time lying about this shit
Oh,
because
no?
now later on, like when everything came out,
She perfected it.
Maybe.
no, like I saw like everyone was talking about this, like even like huge influencers in Brazil on YouTube, they were talking about this using my video as well, like to show. That was funny.
Man.
And like there was like some comments saying that she lied as well when she was in high school. Was it high school or even before high school?
I'm sorry.
Keep gardening, right? Yeah, high school. Yeah, could be. I don't know.
No, I wasn't there.
Yeah,
Santiago.
yeah. He's not a saint though. I don't know why he's.
You know the origins
a
of the
name.
name, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
My
There's
family-
a
my family
complicated
likes comedy as
origins.
well, you know?
But it's
Santiago, come on.
it came from Santo Tiago. And that's the origin
doesn't
of
make
the
sense,
name.
right?
but
Good
he's
and
definitely
bad.
not a
Doesn't
saint.
fit.
The
Doesn't
Saint
fit.
and Iago. Iago is
No.
bad and Saint is good. So that's what
No,
they
it should
say.
be
Yeah.
San Diablo.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a Setcast.
Oh my god.
There's a nice game called Diablo. We have a similar pirata one there. So
I want
we
to play
should-
Diablo 3, man. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Diablo. I don't know this game. I'm not really into games. But anyway,
Yeah.
this sometimes it happens when you work on with social media or have a channel, and now it makes sense for me why some famous from Brazil they don't help.
Yes, of
I mean,
course.
like if you want to help, you can do this like in the backstage. You're gonna help somehow.
You don't need to tell. Unless, of course, you have a lot of money, you can help on the backstage. But if you're someone like
Yeah.
us and you really want to help, you fucking gotta dig into the truth. So then you can get into the roots of it and finally help someone. Unless you just shove there and say, hey man, that's the information I've got. I understand it's quite important. I haven't had the time to look into it.
Yeah.
If you want to, feel free. I'm sharing the information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I like, helping people because I think that's the thing. You have a channel. Of course, you are helping, your community somehow.
Yeah.
If you can help them, happy days. It's amazing, isn't it? Like you are using your channel to help someone.
Yeah.
That's the main purpose of the tool, yeah?
Yeah.
In my opinion, of course. Yeah.
That's beautiful. And like, do you remember what happened to the south of Brazil?
Yeah, the floods.
The flood.
Yeah. I also had helped with that video, like, asking for donations, and it was like, it went viral as well, and I was super, happy because it was working. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have a channel that I started as a hobby, and today, like, I can help people just by recording a video.
You can change lives.
It's amazing, man.
That's the best part of it.
That's
why I
beautiful.
started this podcast thing, because I knew that I could change lives
Of course.
in some sort of level.
It's very powerful.
You're gonna
actually,
reach
yeah.
someone.
Oh,
And
yeah.
now it
needs
makes
it.
sense. Like when you asked me like this question, I feel proud of myself now.
Yeah.
Nice,
See, sometimes we don't realize what we do, right?
What about
Yeah.
the future? Like, you have projects for the future, big projects, crazy projects, like a child's dream, like, it's because child's dream is the best.
Do I?
I don't know, man. Do you?
No, I think the next step in the podcast, I'm bringing someone else to be part of it. Hugon, he helped me for like a couple of years, and he was a good character in the podcast. So he left Ireland. He's now in Barcelona.
I can't judge him.
Yeah. And happy for him because like he really wants that.
I'm happy for you too. I don't know you, but I'm happy
he's happy, for sure.
for you. Barcelona.
And I'm Barcelona.
Barcelona.
And then I'm bringing someone else now, a girl. She's gonna add a lot to the podcast. And I'm gonna try to change it.
What are the
little
main
bit.
characteristics that she has, and that actually made you look at her and think, okay, that's
She's
gonna be
got a
cool.
vagina.
That can't be the only characteristic because she might even not have one. Okay,
She's got.
yet
She talks a lot.
she talks a lot.
Yeah, her nickname is Tagarella.
Okay, I've met
how,
her.
how that be in English? Like
Talkative.
talker.
Talkative, yeah.
Talkative. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's
She's like
some-
that. No, but what caught my attention? Her was like, she works well.
Okay.
She is herself.
Her
Yeah.
background is
Like
actually
Mara.
similar, right?
Yeah. She's the marketing
Mara's a problem.
department.
Mara's fine, yeah.
She works with marketing here in Ireland. She's starting to be now an influencer as well. I've seen her like everywhere, and she does do a great job.
Okay.
And I just invited her, and she was like, "Oh yeah, please give me stuff," So I needed someone to help me, because it's very difficult, like it's very difficult to do by ourselves. So I think it's gonna be great, actually. So yeah, she works, and she really wants to, be part of it. She wants to be seen.
She's
I would say.
engaging.
She's engaging, yeah.
That's what I say, like, to people usually, my friends, like, you don't have to have many people, just one person to change your life, just one person to sum up and do something. That's it.
That's it. Yeah. So that's
And make
why.
the ship work.
Yeah. Thanks, Mara. I always keep on thanking Mara because she's crazy. Yes.
I am. I don't care.
And she has
the jerk.
and she has a great voice as well.
Yeah.
Not
Do
that you
I?
don't. You do have that as well.
Thank you. You're very kind.
But her voice is sick.
I know, man. I
Thank
know.
you very much. I was afraid of my voice. I'm not afraid. I mean, there's no word in English, but I kind of hated my voice for years, and now I'm starting to accept it.
No,
She was being silly.
That's lovely. Yeah,
Just-
like it's a voice that like
Thank
works
you.
with the radio and stuff.
Yeah. Radio. Yeah. Mara FM.
Mara FM 93.8 here in Ireland.
Yeah. Cover in Texas.
Go for one injection.
Texas.
Oh, Texas. I can't do the accent, man.
Me neither.
Tough as fuck.
I can
But thanks for the compliment.
I can barely take do the Brazilian accent. It's really complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So an important thing for me to ask you
That was a good one. Yeah.
from your creative process when you actually go to talk to people and you have your invitees over.
Okay.
how does it work, the creative process? Do you have questions that you prepared beforehand, or do you let the chaos take it in,
Like
soak
us.
in like us, or do you do a mix of both, or how does it work? Or you never do?
Or
you
do you
just
use Chat GPT like Mara?
do you have some questions from ChatGPT?
I've done like a couple of times. Depend like on the person I'm going to interview. For example, the ambassador of Brazil.
Oh man,
I needed to make like smart
You gotta make an
structured
impression.
questions.
Yeah, no, otherwise I was like, hello, hi Lorena. But
There's a video coming up now.
hi Lorena. Yeah, I like to work like this, even documentaries, we're talking enough about like making documentaries in Brazil. Even documentaries, the process like that. You interview people, you take notes, you send to someone to do the script, to the writer, or the writer can be with the director in the first interview, so he can take like his own notes. And then the script is made based on what they know. Okay. So taking this, in my experience, what I like to do is, okay, I know you have a podcast, but I don't know about you. Maybe you have something else to give me. So
Maybe we have nothing.
yeah,
Don't say that.
happens as
It's
well.
our little secret. Come on.
Yeah, but that's why nowadays in the beginning I was like, just let it go. Now I have a form that I sent to them.
So you've made a structured process.
Kind of, yeah.
Wow, that's another
So,
level, man.
Yeah, I sent a form. People, they reply to me a form because there's so many things involved in this form. So on the day of the podcast, not before, on the day, like half an hour before the episode, I read it, I take some notes, and we do it.
There you go.
Basically, yeah.
Cool.
Because
Watch and learn.
Yeah, watch and learn.
unless it's
Yeah.
famous, so I do a good research because I don't want to look stupid and don't know like anything about the person. But yeah, this is what I do. Because like sometimes I ask you about something, I don't know you, but perhaps you have much more to give me, so I can explore it better.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
so-
believe in people in general. I think that's
yeah.
because I think, to be honest, if you're gonna interview, if you're gonna talk to people, that's probably one of the main things you have to have inside of you.
Yeah.
You must believe that people have things to add,
Yeah,
and you want to know about it.
yeah. I mean, like I have to believe people. Not my place like to judge if that's true or not. So
That's true.
I don't care.
Not in that sense. I mean, you need to believe that people have things to add, and everyone does.
Yeah, but
but not everyone
does.
believes that people in
It's not-
general
okay.
have it.
Yeah, I get you. But like that's why I have the form, because some people they just come to me and say, "Oh, I have something to say," and then I send the form.
Of course.
And when I read it, I say, "No." For example, I'm gonna give you an example. There's a guy. He went to another podcast, and then after that podcast, he came to me and said, "Oh, I want to be part. Oh, look at this. I was in this podcast and so on." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, could be interesting." And then like I searched his name because I watched that video and there's like so many bad comments about him. I just ignored
Yeah.
because there was like really bad comments about him, like domestic violence or stuff like that. So why would I want a person like that in my podcast? I don't. So
You don't really want to relate that much to
no,
anyone
exactly.
that-
So I just ignored, and that's it.
It's more like a human level. It's not more about profession or being like professional.
It's more like human. Yeah, it's human
it's like,
side.
no,
yeah.
wait, there's a limit. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
gonna
exactly.
get into there. Like I don't want to get involved.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, like,
something very important.
were those comments true? I don't know. I'll never know, but
You're not that close to that person to try and
Yeah.
understand the reasons why.
yeah, exactly. So I just said, nah, not interesting. I have more people here to talk
Yeah.
with. So yes, I do a form. I create a form, so I send to everyone. It's easier for me as well because I tend to forget, about people. When someone comes to me and asks to be part of the podcast, I send a form. I will have their name over there. When I need to, start scheduling people, I go back to my form and I say, oh, this person, okay, interesting. So they, this person didn't go yet. I'm gonna invite him or her.
Nice.
So yeah, that's what I do. It helps a lot.
Yeah.
It does.
Okay, that's a very good tip, actually.
Yeah.
Not that we're gonna actually come up with a form like this that quickly, but we're gonna think about it.
We're very busy people,
No.
Yeah, we're full of excuses. So, yeah.
We're very sloppy. That's what we are.
It looks like me.
Sloppy. I like this name, yeah.
Sloppy.
Sloppy Santiago.
And how do you do to actually make people tell you stories that they maybe don't even realize it's important or it's actually funny or what are the tools that you use to whenever people are not talking much and you want to get into and drag them into something? How do you do that? Because you do that.
Yeah.
How?
There's very, this is very tricky. Because I used to say that being a host of a podcast, or I would say if you're interviewing someone with cameras and stuff, it's very challenging because the responsibility is on us. We are going to manage the whole situation. If the guest doesn't speak, what are you going to do? You have to, come up with something.
We come up with some booze, that's it. That's how it is.
Yeah, it could be, yeah.
Usually.
As I said, I have, years of experience with documentaries. Actually, there's some documentaries in Brazil that they were awarded in some festivals. That was really good.
Nice.
Yeah. I worked
Santiago from the future.
Yeah, I worked with a very good director and executive producer. So yeah, we did some great jobs there in São Paulo.
Nice, man.
So
many prizes, bro.
I learned a lot.
Brazilians are good in doing that.
Yeah, exactly. I learned a lot from him, from this director, how to manage, how to interview. First thing, when there's a tip that I like a lot is he said to me, you're talking to someone, even though it's not interesting, you make a face that will tell the guest that it looks like interesting. So you're always like that.
Okay.
So they're talking bullshit, and then they're like,
I use this all the time here on Setcast.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Maybe I'm talking bullshit, and you saw with this face. You don't know. You didn't know that yet.
I'm joking, bro. I'm joking. Yeah.
No, but there's a trick as well, and of course, when you have a podcast, I do the form as well, so I know what I want to get from them.
Roughly the subject.
So yeah, sometimes I just need to ask the way I want the answer to come. Of course, it's very challenging. Some people...
There are some tools to be used on that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some people I can understand, there's lots of cameras, lights, and microphones. People are not used to that. It's new to them.
Yeah. So
break the ice before the episode. Just have a little chat.
Like we do here.
Yeah, exactly.
We have so many technical issues. It's for its own purpose,
No.
Nearly 2 hours of technical issues.
I didn't realize it. That was
bonded,
fine.
bro.
He was the...
You fed me with
Guinness.
with stuff.
The most delayed person was our last invitee for the episode, the season actually.
How is it?
And thank you very much. And I don't know how you managed.
That's a record we have and you don't. 2 hours late. I mean,
no, that's alright. It's the last one, so it's fine. So yeah, breaking the ice in the beginning, I think it's very important. Make the person feel at home. I think it's nice, for example, before you start, this is what I do. Before I start, I put the person in the couch and I have my chat over there.
So they get used to the environment.
Yeah, get used to the environment, yeah. So make jokes as well. The person has to feel at home and confident enough. Of course, when we start, some of them, they don't give so much answer or what I thought or what I want. Yeah. Just work around, try to get it somehow, And the good thing about podcasts, you can, go further, and then you can come back and ask know, the thing that you didn't get.
Yeah.
So that's it basically. And be yourself, so they're gonna feel like, you know.
What about the main differences about having a recorded podcast as opposed to a live one? I know there are some benefits coming from the live one, engaging and stuff, but it's way easier. I mean, it's you work way more if you're gonna do a recorded one. But at the same time, there are perks in both sides, and there are losses in both
We can put the
sides.
funny jokes, you know, like it's way better the recorded one.
Yeah, I think so. For me, you know, but why would you choose, in your opinion, if you're trying to do this or that, why would you go for a live and why would you go for a recorded one?
Yeah, there are some points on that. For example, live podcasts. It's easier because there's no editing. So whatever you did, it's gonna be online. There's the engagement with the audience as well, like comments, they can send you money. And basically, well, they can...
Really? You like a prostitute?
Yeah, they can send money, yeah. And then we can remove a piece of cloth, yeah.
Ooh. Oh, I like it. Mara, we should start doing this here on Setcast.
No, you can do that.
Okay.
No, maybe not.
No,
Maybe no, don't do that. Yeah, no. The audience gonna drop.
Not today. Not today.
Okay, not today.
Take your shoes
Well,
off
depend
and
on
show
the
your
subject.
socks.
Depending on the subject, you can. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, the interaction is very good when you do live. People can comment and then you can just play around with them. That's really cool.
That's cool.
I love that. Yeah.
But you need a certain amount of audience, right? Like you cannot be like one or two people live because you don't have much interaction, right?
You need to have someone else
Yeah,
to engage with them. Otherwise, you're not going to be...
That would be perfect, you know. But sometimes you don't have it. So yeah, if you don't have it, you don't have it. What can you do?
You just
You
do
just
it.
do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just do it. Yeah.
Yeah, Nike.
Noted, man.
Just do it, Nike.
Duly noted. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nike.
do it now. Make it good.
No,
Stop.
this is Adidas actually. I tried to get new shoes with Adidas because I was skiing and
Did he give you a sponsorship?
I did a very good commercial
Permuta.
on social media.
Yeah, muta.
They just ignored me, bastards.
He likes Permuta. He is the Permuta man.
Yeah, I
Are you
am the
Permuta
promoter man. Yeah. Anyway, the recording one. Okay, what can I say? I didn't have choice actually. If there's 2 points, something that I don't like about live podcasts, doing live podcasts, is that you have to be there the day that you said I'm gonna be there.
If something fucks up,
So
then
you don't
you're
have
fucked.
you don't have that much of flexibility as you do in the recording one. For example, if this episode didn't happen today, okay, can we try another day? Yeah, you can because it's recorded.
Yeah.
The live one, you can't. You have to be there. Sometimes you get sick, so you cannot. You know, it happened to me like a couple of times. So as well, I couldn't go there. So I asked someone to be, to replace me. So yeah, that's what I did. For me, flexibility is, it sucks as well because when I was doing live, I had to be there like every Tuesday and Thursday. Sometimes,
so you have like 2 times a week.
yes.
Oh.
So sometimes I wanted to travel, I couldn't because I said I was going to be there.
Okay, but then you went back to record
the recording wasn't much of my choice. It's because I lost my job at TikTok. I was laid off. So the money that
Can you say that you worked in a company? Because I don't really know if you can say I worked in this company.
Yeah, that's all right. We can just
we're free here.
Yeah,
it's a free country.
Still?
No, we cannot just like disclosure like the
Whatever the fuck you did there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, like I work with trust and safety.
Most people lick balls.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I couldn't. I can't. I mean, I like to lick balls, but the ones I choose to lick.
Yeah.
Not the ones that
my
people
gosh.
say I
There's
got
a
to
really
lick those balls.
important question, like the shaved ones or the hairy ones?
I like the shaved ones mostly. Yeah. But I mean, if you really
and
like
I'm gonna
the
tell you
person,
something.
you go for the hairies.
When you lick the costura.
I love the costura. Costura, meu amor! Meu amor!
When you lick the costura.
Mas se costura costura, guys.
What's
A costurinha.
It's a thingy
Ali, ó. E a costura leva essa pra onde? Pro paraíso.
Oh, Mara, you're making me crazy here. If you got it, you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you got it, you
so
got
we were
it.
talking. Okay, yeah, about job, yeah. No, it's fine unless you don't disclosure with details, you know.
Okay.
Like, it's on my LinkedIn, so
I was there.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
I was mopping floors. People were licking balls. And that's it.
I worked
everybody
with-
has to do something.
Yeah.
I worked with trust and safety, you know, and
That's not.
I have said
Because I
like
never know if you can actually say
No,
those
no, I
stuff.
can't. Yeah, especially because I'm not there anymore.
He's an adult. He can't do it.
Yes.
Okay.
I went on a podcast in Brazil.
Oh, you
Tres-
fucked my question. I was about to ask you, is this the first podcast you're person?
No, you can ask me. You can ask me
After
later.
the 20th
That's not your
question.
first time.
Let me go back. You can ask me
We've
later.
got plenty, Mara. Come on.
No, but yeah, I have said about like the kind of.
Okay. But is this your
work.
first podcast in
No,
Ireland
it's
apart from
not.
yours?
It's not.
Oh!
Speaking in English.
In English.
Yeah.
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 But I went to a radio show before, but it's not a podcast.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's a
We
radio
want
show.
it.
We
Right
got
the
it.
fuck,
Yeah,
you
Yeah,
suck.
that's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
we have video.
Yeah, they do. But yeah,
Do they?
I was laid off. What?
Do they have video? Do they have video on
No,
the
they
radio?
don't, Thiago.
No.
Oh yeah,
fuck
they
that.
don't. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. So I was laid off. I was working at TikTok, and I wouldn't have like any more money to pay the rent that was on my studio, the studio. So I decided to. I don't know, to find an alternative. And that's what I find a new place. That's a girl. She owns a rental company here.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, housing, rent and stuff. And we spoke, and I do my studio is basically on one of her living rooms because, her house is huge.
Yeah.
So basically I have it there. And I
Is it close to your
advertise her as well on my post as a partner. Yeah,
Nice.
which it's good. So I just gave up of paying another rent because my rent by itself is very expensive here. And I couldn't afford a second one just
So
for
it's
the
the
podcast.
same place that you live in.
No.
So it's a different.
It's
Is it
a
close
different-
enough? Is
No.
Oh,
it?
you don't live in the
Fucked
scenario?
up, yeah.
I live in the scenario here behind that thingy of Setcast. Like
There's a
Yeah,
door.
you live here.
that's my bed over there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's your mattress, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Put it
no,
on the
yeah.
floor all night.
No, I have a motorbike, so it's basically 15 minutes from my place, which is fine,
Yeah, it's okay.
It's in Castle Knock,
Yeah.
and I live here in Santry, so it's not that far.
If
It's
you come by bus, you're fucked because I'm sorry.
I would
but
need to go to
yeah.
city center, yeah.
But then if you're driving or biking, that's
No, it's all right. Yeah, it's not that
There's no
far.
fart smell, so it's all good.
Yes,
No,
there's
yeah,
this.
yeah, that's true.
Armpits,
No urine, like
I'm
everywhere.
sensitive
It's-
to
Armpits and
armpits.
groins and whatnot. yeah.
grinds. And
So,
then
yeah.
on the other day at the gym, I felt like I was licking 15 different groins,
Oh my
sweated
god,
ones.
shut up. So,
And I was just
Anyway.
breathing.
I tasted in my mouth.
So basically, it was a choice of going back, not doing lives, but at the same time, I didn't have like a choice. For me, it's okay, when you have like a huge audience, I think it would make sense to go live.
But if you
because
have like
people-
a Setcast audience, it's all good, like recorded, yeah.
I don't know your audience. I know mine, and I still say that it doesn't affect that much.
Wow, okay.
I mean, when I mean like a huge audience, for example, if every single video that you post, you have like at least 1,000 people watching live,
That's worth it.
that would make sense,
That
for
makes
you,
sense.
because like, come on,
Yeah,
one
that
of
makes
them,
sense.
because
What number?
the comments, like there'll be lots of comments. People want to have their comments replied, so they pay for it.
It's the interaction, like they really want to participate and
Yeah.
to have like a bit of their
Yes,
knowledge
exactly.
over there,
Their
yeah.
name over there exposed,
really nice.
and like you're gonna like mention them, so that makes sense. But if it's above this, I wouldn't say so. So for me, it doesn't make difference. It's even better now because I have this flexibility. I do my podcast in basically one weekend. Saturday and Sunday, I record like everyone that I need. So one weekend, I have like episodes for the whole month. So it's not bad. It's all right.
What do you do when you have actually someone is in your schedule, right? And then they just don't show up for any reason, which is okay. It's fine. It can happen even to you. You can have a fucking caganeira.
It never happens.
You can have a caganeira and it's fine.
It's not fine. It's not fine.
So how do you do? Do you have someone else, or you just give?
That's a good question. How do you handle that shit?
You know, nowadays when I schedule with them, I send a text because like I have like everyone in a group chat, and I have a text say, please confirm.
The fuck with the group chat?
It's the group, man. He's smart.
The fuck?
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
It's a good idea actually. And I let them know. I explained. I said, listen, I need you to be on the day because I have sponsors. They are paying for such amount of episodes. Your episode is on this batch, so I need you, and like I don't have the place to live there because I have to set up every
Plus you
time.
ran it, yeah. So.
I have to set up because I don't live there. You have to come, of course, on the day if something happens. What can I do? I don't know, just talk to the sponsors and that's it. But that's why I let them know, because it's very important for them to know that it's not a hobby. It's a job.
Because you're in another level. Like you have sponsors already. You have to, show them, look, these are the results. This is happening.
Yeah, like
because it's a business, man. You gotta give return to them. Yeah.
Exactly. So it never happened to me. Like all the time they were there. All the time. So happy days. So I'm glad like I never
send
had
a reminder and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
We have had actually people that told us in advance actually, I'm not gonna make it. That has happened more than a couple of times, to be honest, and that's fine. We take it as normal because it could actually happen. Especially we are filming. Let's be honest, end of the year. Yeah, it's fucked up.
But I'm gonna tell you something. It happened to me in the beginning. I don't think people take it that serious, you know. I don't think so.
Yeah, you gotta prove yourself first. I
think they do. Once you have, let's say, I don't know, when they see your page or Instagram account or something, it's going well, everyone knows about you, and then they like, oh, okay, yeah, now I want to be part of it. They like... Most people, they don't take it serious. No, I mean, like, not mostly, but some of them. Just like, I don't want to be like an asshole here. But based on my own experience in the beginning, I had people that said, oh, look at that. That's crazy. That's so crazy.
We love crazy shit.
Yeah. In the beginning, I asked an Irish girl to be part of my podcast. Actually, not just one Irish girl. More than one.
You mean participating on it? It was supposed to be in English. Yeah. Oh, okay.
No, they speak Portuguese. Yeah, they speak Portuguese. I asked a friend of mine who know one of them, asked, and they said, no, I don't have time. I said, okay, we understand. We're just in the beginning. It wasn't like, recorded. It was just basically audio. Mm-hmm. I said, it's fine, Okay, you can't. But this person was always on the app during the pandemic. It was like Clubhouse.
What? I'm not.
The person was on Clubhouse all the time. It was basically a podcast live with many people participating online. Yeah, it was very good actually. I was there as well, and I could see this person over there. But she didn't have time to do the podcast.
Yes, okay.
And then a second time, there was this older Irish woman. She speaks Portuguese, and I asked her, "Hey, I'm gonna do a Halloween special, special Halloween, whatever." And she said, "Oh no, I don't like Halloween, so I'm not the best person to talk about it." I said, "Okay, I can understand." And then on the week of Halloween, she was posting like loads of things about Halloween on her social media. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, she probably wouldn't post that much on regarding other stuff, I suppose.
And then what happened later on?
What happened?
Loads of likes on my content for both of them. Even like texting me. And I don't fucking care. When I needed them, they weren't there for me. Like, there are more people that speak Portuguese, you know? I mean, I'm not like taking this. Of course, one day, okay, I may change my mind, but come on, man. Like, you know, the work that we do, this
Just
like
be
it's
honest,
serious.
right? Like, just be honest.
Just be
like,
honest.
Say, look, I don't want to be there. That's it.
Exactly, not
Instead
yet.
of just lying, you know. Like,
But I think that's the problem about people nowadays in a general way, isn't it? Like, people wouldn't really say no, or they would say no in a masqueraded way instead of saying, "I don't fucking like you, man," or "I don't have the time to do that because I have other stuff like my family, my friends that I have already scheduled." You know,
Do you know what I said a lot to my friends? When someone said no to me, to my podcast, actually, I was like, okay, fine. And then I saw this person in another podcast with like a bigger audience. And I say, okay, so the problem is not like coming here. It's not, you know, actually the problem is not about like talking, you know, about themselves to like anyone, because they went somewhere else. But the problem is my podcast is not big enough for them.
okay.
So that's how I took it, you know?
What can you do?
That's how I took it. It's same like in Brazil. If you have an interview like with Globo or Fantástico, you're gonna make it, no matter what. You were gonna like, even though if you shit your pants on the bus going there,
you're gonna clean with your own hands and lick it after like a cat.
you're gonna take it
To
into
be
consideration.
there.
Like,
yeah, I mean, like if like Fantástico calls you and say, okay, I want an interview with you, talking about like anything, but it has to be done this time. I am sure you would find a time, even though if you have to ask for like a day off or some time off work.
But that's like,
you would
it's
do,
important,
because
you know?
it's fantastic. You're gonna you would be there like for everyone. It's good for you, but I wouldn't do that like to, you know, smaller channels. I mean, like, it's good to be online. You know, it's good to be seen.
But I see their point as well, because it's like the stocks, the investments. If you invest in a stock that it's like just in the beginning, it's a price. Nobody believes in it. But then the stock can go like 1,000% higher in the next few years. And then people start valuing it because they see the results and everything. So I think that's the most challenging part of having a podcast, because showing that they can believe in you, they can trust you, but you don't have anything back to guarantee them that.
Yeah, but like if you didn't invest in the beginning and it became a thing,
Oh well,
you lose.
Oh well.
It's like the stocks. Like if you invest in the
Exactly.
beginning,
You
you make
lose.
like huge like.
I mean, it's not that you are losing it, but it was opportunity. You didn't
win.
take it.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, any channel, like if you want to be seen, like anywhere, you have to take everything. And it's just a chat. Like it's not gonna hurt you. Just have fun with like everyone. Take the opportunity, man. I think that's it, you know. Yeah. But I felt that like so much in the beginning. I really did. Like even though like nowadays some people they just come to me. That's a part that I have in my form. I said, did you talk to another podcast, Brazilian podcast in Ireland? Because now I have the recorded one. So I don't wanna say to people that your episode is gonna be next week, and next week or a day before you're gonna be like someone's live.
Okay, I've heard about this waiting time and okay.
Yeah, so I don't want that. So it's simple. You wanna be at Irlanda Talk Show, you don't go anywhere else before me.
Yeah,
that's
okay,
simple.
of course.
If you don't want it, that's fine. It's up to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like some people they just come to me and say, oh, I want to be on a podcast. Oh, did you talk to someone else? Oh yeah, I'm talking to. And I say, okay, so you have to decide
what's gonna
which
be
which way you want to be.
Yeah.
Mine or theirs. Oh, and then I say, oh, I don't know. So no, that's yours.
I just want to show off.
So yeah, it happens a lot. So I'm not trying to be like, sound arrogant here, but I have to defend
People
what's
need to
mine.
know what they want.
Yeah, because
you know your value as well.
I know my value today.
You cannot
Yeah,
just ignore that.
Exactly.
So yeah.
And for example, we work here with audience. If you come to my podcast today, you talk about your life, and tomorrow you go to another podcast, nobody's gonna watch it because it's super close. Unless you're talking about a completely different subject.
Yeah.
That works, you know?
We had a guy here, the handyman. Like he was
Yeah.
talking about hair loss and stuff like that.
Yeah.
In your podcast and in our podcast, he was talking more about like how he faces.
He mentioned it quickly, but he actually
Yeah, he
mentioned
told me,
mentioned
yeah.
that he was in your podcast first,
it's
and he
true,
was
yeah.
like about this releasing thing.
Yeah,
and,
he told me,
Yeah.
oh, do you think it would be fine? And I said like, okay, so what you're gonna talk? Which one? And he said, I
It
said,
was
no,
a
no,
different
that's fine.
story. It's a different
No,
story.
yeah, that's what I said to him. No, that's fine. Go
Yeah.
for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have a very, very, very serious question now.
Yeah.
Oh my
How-
God, Mara!
That's intense, man. Are you ready? How the
ready.
fuck and
I'm
why?
always ready.
Why the fuck? How the fuck? What the fuck convinced you
Oh my God!
to be
Do you
here
kiss
today?
do you kiss
Because
your,
man, we're no ones.
Do you kiss your
That's-
mother with this
Shut up,
mouth?
don't say that.
What did you say?
It doesn't mean anything.
Don't say that. Just
No, thank you very much, but men, we're no ones.
Of course you are.
We're just
You are doing stuff.
We're just
In-
unknown
insane
a bit.
people.
A bit
Nah,
unknown.
nah,
Maybe
nah,
we
nah.
are not unknown, Mara. We never know. Because we are recording this episode, so we never know.
No, I knew
Maybe my
about
mother
you
is gonna watch
before.
it.
I knew about you before.
oh really okay.
Of course.
Fuck,
I
it
saw,
must have not
I
been
saw the
good shit.
beginning of Setcast.
Okay, that's him.
Yeah, I know.
That's me. the
Yeah, I know.
bomb-
I know.
the bomb.
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah, the beginning. It was like, well, more than 1 year, 1 year or
2
something.
years.
Yeah.
2 years, yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, and then like I didn't see you for a while, and then like you text me.
That's yeah, because he was the one contacting you. And
That's
all.
what I just said. You know, like you receive an invitation. Why don't you go? What's holding you back?
Man, that was nice. Thank you very much. Like even more than
Yeah.
us already thanked.
But
Because
don't you dare live nearby.
No, but that's true. I mean, like, you know, it's good. Like, also, it's because very challenging to me as well to do this in
how do you
English.
feel?
It's great. Yeah,
You're on the
yeah.
other side now. Yeah, it's really good. It's
Yeah,
really
because
fun,
you know, when I got here, I was like, "Oh my god, it's been a while." Like last time I spoke in English because I'm at home, like you know,
Yeah,
most of
you
the
don't
time.
speak much usually. 'Cause
Yeah.
Portuguese in around.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But no, yeah, it's been great. But like when he invited me, he didn't mention like at some point that would be in English, and I was like, "Yeah, of
What?
course."
You didn't.
No, it was like after,
After,
after like a couple of shots. I don't know, but not in the beginning. Like he just said, "Oh yeah, you know, wanna come here, wanna invite." For me, like
Yeah,
it's
because
very
in English-
special.
Oh.
Yeah, I told that. Yeah, it's very special. Like someone coming to me and say, "Hey, would you like to be on my podcast? Would you like, you know?"
Oh man, you're
Must be
making me
interesting to be on the other side.
I feel honored because why me? You know, that's the same question. Why me? So why not to be there, like, and share like anything that I have to share with people?
Man, you're never going to be able to share today everything we have to ask you and everything you have to share.
You're gonna have to come back here.
You're going to have
Fuck's
to
sake,
come
yeah.
back.
Okay, yeah, I will.
I'm
Yeah, we
sorry.
will, man.
I will. That's fine.
I don't know where you
We
live, but
close
the
by.
track in your motorbike will know.
It's not even here. But you may hear my motorbike because
Oh,
of the
well.
noise. Yeah, I love that.
You
yeah.
put the
course.
garrafinha de
No, shut
pet
up.
pra
He's a
fazer.
37-year-old boy. Come on.
Garrafinha de pet ali naquele arranca o
No, I
silenciador.
changed it. How's it called? It's not exhaust.
Muffler. I don't
No,
know.
escapamento.
Escapamento. Silenciador, escapamento.
No, it's not
The exhaust,
escapamento.
the muffler, the
It's
whatever.
exhaust. Is it exhaust?
Exaustor.
Yeah, exhaust. Yeah.
I don't know. Could be. I don't know if it is exhaust. Yeah, I changed it. You know, it's beautiful. Yeah, it's lovely.
And you still put the little cup
No,
there.
I don't. Yeah.
How many centimeters of dick have you got extra?
Before and after,
Before and after,
you
yeah.
remove the escapamento from your bike.
Not gonna answer that, but there's a nice thing
So
about
it's
the
a bit-
noisy.
If
One
you wanna
day-
know, check it out. you gotta meet him.
Check my OnlyFans now. I wanna do this one day, but I need to become famous first. So please subscribe to my channel and follow my social media. Oh, there's a very
Yeah.
nice video.
What's gonna be the name? 20-something centimeters?
No, I don't know yet. Yeah. I don't know. But there's
It
actually a
really
very
depends
good
on the
video.
noise, you know? It depends on the
know.
noise.
Depends on the noise.
where it is, the bigger the
Yeah, the bigger
is.
the merrier.
Actually, it's the opposite. But people think.
Yeah, men think, yeah.
Yeah.
Power.
But, well, I don't know. What I
And
was
then you're
going
gonna
to
see
say.
it and you need to.
Oh, the noise. I was coming back
Yeah.
from the podcast when I used to have the studio in the city center. And I took a left in Dublin 3, close to Farville Park. There's a guard over there. And then like they stopped me and they asked, like they checked the license plate. And they said, oh no, that's fine, yeah. And then like the guard woman, she said, oh, it's noisy, isn't it? And I said,
Noisy.
yeah. And I said,
Noisy.
No.
Noisy.
it looks like.
And it said no. No.
Noise. No, I said to her, no, it's like a melody to my ear.
Oh.
And she laughed. She laughed a lot.
She knew you have 5 centimeters.
Oh my god, shut up. And then the guy said, yeah, you can go, but be slowly, something like that. Yeah, I was a bit,
because it's
I was
too
a bit
noisy.
much,
Maybe
yeah.
the other guard you won't be as what's the name, like as nice as we were. So yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
As nice as we. What?
As
What?
nice as we were.
Who?
The guardie,
The Gardy.
because they let him go.
Gertie.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck's sake.
Okay, I
Fuck's
didn't
sake.
quite get
Gertie
that. I'm sorry.
sure. Something.
So Sean again.
Yeah, so the Gertie so sure.
Oh, man, you're Irish. Aren't you Irish? Are you Irish?
Yeah, I'm fucking Irish. Yeah, I'm just wondering where's my fucking money.
You speak Irish better than you speak English.
I don't know about that.
Wait.
And about feedbacks. What is the feedback, the weirdest or the nicest, or something that actually crosses your mind now regarding feedback that you have received and you have applied or you haven't given a shit, but something you want to share about?
A bad feedback.
Or a good or a bad or a funny or a whatever, but something about a feedback that you have received.
The good one is the one that I told you already. The one that, you changed my mind about
Yeah,
like
you made
living.
about my dream
That
and
was a good
stuff.
one. Yeah, I was really...
There's a very good one. There's a very
Yeah.
touchy one.
And also like I believe you're gonna get it if you haven't at some point you will. There are some guests and they, when I invited them, they were like that sure if they should go. When they were like at my place, doing the podcast, they felt very comfortable. And after they told me like, oh, you basically unlocked me. I was afraid. I never spoke about my life to anyone. I feel great. I want to do this again.
Yeah, it's
That's
a
sick.
therapy session here.
It was a nice
It is.
first time,
It
huh?
is.
Nice.
It is.
It
Yeah,
is.
somehow
It
it's a therapy session. Yeah.
It helps me a lot because I was really shy before I started doing the
see?
podcast, and the tool that I used to
Santiago, were you
cover-
really shy ever?
Yeah, I didn't know how to approach a girl, like say bullshit to her, and
But you already said
take her to
bullshit
bed.
breathing.
Do you know now?
I know, right? Huh?
Do you know now?
What? No, I'm learning. Still learning.
Wanna go out tonight?
Oh my god!
I'm going. No. I mean, it's not a date.
As a friend.
As a friend.
Broderagem.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
tudo
kidding, man.
broderagem.
Kidding, man.
Broderagem.
Brother Raja.
But yeah, and also there's Hugo, he was...
Gostoso.
Some people say that, actually.
Is he?
Yeah. Oh, no, I mean, is he? I was doing this already with my... I mean...
Depending on
Shut
how
up.
he like to do it.
But he used to be my DTV director of TV, cutting
Okay.
like between
So he
cameras.
cuts.
And also be a character, the podcast. And like, he told me I was under like some kind of, not depression, but struggling with mental...
Depressive situation.
Yeah, he was
Feelings.
he was struggling with like, mental health.
Yeah.
And he told me like...
We all do. No, sorry.
Yeah. No, he said that to me like many times, like, thanks so much for inviting me to be part of this podcast. listen to people to talk about their challenges, the the difficult times of life, the life experience helped me a lot, because basically like many times we forget where we are today, and we need someone struggling for us to see that our problem is nothing. So that was very good, like getting this feedback from him.
Very strong, huh?
Yeah, from him.
It's really nice.
So it's really nice. Of course, there are some bullshit feedbacks as well. Just need to ignore. In the beginning, I used to delete some feedback, and then I learned with Marion. Do you know Marion?
Yeah, I've
Yes.
heard of him.
Opa!
He's a good friend of Carla.
Yeah, he's
Can we
great.
invite him over here, Mario?
Yeah,
Mario,
you should.
should.
You should, because
Yeah,
he's
man.
great,
Yeah, Mario,
man.
I'm gonna text him
He's
right now.
I love
The
him.
phone is here. Yeah, me too.
He
I
has
used
so
to do
much.
we used to do a setcast on his studio in the city
True.
center.
Yeah. True. Yeah. In that school. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was not in that school. Yeah.
He was really nice. Like he
Yeah.
said, like just get.
He has
started,
so
man.
much
Yeah.
to share. And he taught me something that when you get a hater, you make this person like hate you even more. It's more engagement. And then I took it, and that's true. Just ask, like, people sharing hates, and then ask, what do you think of that? And like, it never ends.
Interesting point of view.
Don't don't take it away. Just leave it there.
Leave the interactions over there.
Yeah. Just leave it there.
If we're gonna be honest, people like us that they can't be really different. I mean, we are different, but from other people, because we don't really give a fuck, because we probably have something off. And then if we keep going as being
I'm glad you said
fucked up the way we are. I mean, there's no running away or running out from being fucked up anyway. So we're gonna be fucked up anyway, and there's no way we can run away from it. So if you like us, awesome. If you don't like
Yeah,
it,
fuck off. Yeah.
we can't be
fuck
different.
off. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Alright.
it. Yeah, like we work with internet.
The sooner the better. That's it.
Well, yeah,
I mean, the sooner the
Or
better.
hate us more, because I couldn't care less
Yeah.
anyway.
Keep on
I
sharing.
mean, like, you are on the internet, so you have to expect hate. Gladly, I don't have loads of hate, which is good.
Because you're a
What?
nice guy.
I think so.
You're a nice guy.
I like to think like that.
Stamp of nice guy. Thanks.
10 points to Gryffindor.
I would really like to thank firstly for Santiago for believing me. Can I say that? He doesn't
Yeah.
believe me. He doesn't
I
trust
do
me. He
believe
doesn't
in you, but trust
We
me.
found you.
I changed-
fucking found me in a trash bag with no arms and put it back.
I
and
changed
he
my
brought-
routine because of a found that I had in the
That's the
trash
closure
bag.
of a
Yeah, something
season,
like- yeah, it's
man.
crazy stuff,
That's the
yeah.
closure of our seasons. And for me, that's very important. Thank you very much, my brother.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much. And man, there was a very, very awesome
that's a strong
closure.
one.
She's strong.
Yeah, she's strong.
Very awesome
You have to be
closure.
at least strong to be here.
Okay. Even better
No,
for me,
but
like, to be here right now. Thank you.
You're strong, man. I don't know if you're strong, but you're gonna be strong over here.
No, I have to say as well, thank you very much, for the invitation. It was very nice to chat here. Like, even English, that was, not something
Comfortable
very usual.
enough.
Yeah.
But it was great to share, my experience with the podcast. Of course, if you need anything else, happy to, help somehow, or even
Thank you
really,
very
yeah.
much.
Thank you very
Lara,
much.
we-
And
will
follow
need maybe
us and follow him. Follow us.
Yeah, follow us. And how can can they follow you?
Yeah,
Because they
okay.
follow us
I have
already.
two.
You
Yeah, I
follow
have
us,
two
right?
accounts. Irlanda Talk Show. It's Ireland in Portuguese. Talk Show.
Oh, is it
Talk show.
Ireland?
No,
I thought it was Irlanda.
Yeah, Irlanda.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah.
Ireland in Portuguese.
It's gonna be
Irlanda
written down over there.
Talk Show. It's everything about podcasts over there. But if you like silly stuff, fifth grade jokes, you follow my personal Instagram, Edu Scandaroli.
I thought he was going to share something else.
Yeah.
What?
No, he stopped with the porn. It's okay now.
Oh yeah, the porn
I
stuff.
thought he was going to share. What's the name of it? Caralho.
What? Michael Douglas?
Meu Deus. Ei, Michael Douglas. Ei,
Michael Douglas.
Não. OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. Yeah.
Oh no, yeah.
Irlanda Talk Show.
Yeah, no,
Good for
OnlyFans,
now.
OnlyFans is on the way. No, it's not. But if you guys make me
Once he
famous,
removes the noise from his bike, his dick's gonna
No.
improve.
Yeah, Irlanda
No,
Happy
shut
Ending. It's gonna be there. The new show. Irlanda
No.
Happy Ending.
make
18 plus.
make me famous, and then I will open a OnlyFans account. But I have the feeling that like only gay will buy my stuff because I get that a lot.
don't be silly.
I get that a lot. Or like old ladies as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
PlayStation.
My
PlayStation. Play.
My audience, basically, yeah, when I post something, when I am at the gym and I post a picture of myself like working out,
They like your ass.
Gay or girls, right?
No. Gays
and
are
gays.
old
Girls and
ladies.
gays.
You know
Gigi.
why? You know why?
Oh.
Because they decide whether they're gonna put the money in the investment on. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's true.
That's true. They know exactly what they're doing, and men they just
be.
follow the lead.
Yeah, that's 100% true.
But anyway,
Men follow the pussy.
Men
And
follow
the
the
pussy
pussy.
and the gay dicks, they choose where
That's
to put the
it.
money.
They know what
So
they're
yeah,
doing.
make me
We just
famous.
follow.
I will open an OnlyFans account.
Let's just follow, man. That's they know what they're doing.
In our battery as well is running out again. Just to let you know.
No!
this is
See?
not touching.
Guys, the universe.
Kakaroto maldito!
The universe.
That's what we do.
So guys, don't stop following us, okay? Please so much. We're not that bad. And follow this man every time you can.
Yeah.
Thank you very much again.
Thank you guys, and a beijo
Thank
grego
you.
for you all. Thank you so much, guys. You're the best. You're the best. Yeah, that's it. Fuck's sake.
How would you convince random people to share their weirdest stories in your show? Essa é legal também.
With the stories? How do you educate yourself?
Educate is a strong word.
Where is the book is on the table? No, we're gonna cut you that.
Of course.
That has to be cutted.
A gente forgot to make more questions.
More questions.
What question?
No,
is
I
good
have
for you?
one more
Where is
question.
my flowers?
Where is my flowers?
Where is my
Sativa ou
flowers?
índica?
And the second thing, this is what we're gonna ask. Not yet, because I'm
Why not
shouting.
yet?
I'm shouting. I don't give a shit.
Shouts.
For editing,
Loud.
we're gonna have shouts. And how do you convince people to share their weirdest stories on your show? Ai, graças a Deus eu sou sã, eu sou normal.
Eu sou
Ainda bem.
Santiago.
Ela é
Can you
Sandy.
believe it? Eu
Ela é
sou
Sandy.
Santiago. Santiago. Em
Graças a
Santiago.
Deus. Ô viado, tem que parecer que a gente é normal, porra.
Porra, cara! Aqui o bagulho é louco! Aqui é Santiago!
Vou bater isso no cara ali.
Come me home, I started left a glint of beerly broken hue. In a merry month of June, started salute to Father dear. Come me home, I started left a
Olha lá o rabinho. Fala aí, rabinho. Olha o bumbumzinho dele, mano.
Caralho, velho, o bubuzinho dele.
Caralho, lutou com o Mestre Kami e ganhou, né, velho?
Esse é o Mestre Kami?
Não
Ele é
é?
Mestre Kami?
É, caralho, não é?
De cabelo? Que da hora, mano.
Eu acho que o Mestre Kami ele se fantasiou, não é? Pra participar e treinar?
Olha eu ali.
Eu acho que é, mano. Eu acho que eu tô lembrando. Acho que ele botou peruca pra treinar, pra fazer isso aí, se eu não me engano.
Ele sempre ficou com esse negócio do rabo, né? Sempre ficou bolado com o rabo dele. Olha lá. Olha lá. Mas imagina, você tem um rabo maior que seu pinto. Você vai ficar bolado com
Ia
aquela
ser
merda.
legal, não. Eu ia gostar de ter um rabo.
Atrás ali, maior que seu pau.
Não, mano, você consegue ajustar o
Faz
microfone.
Vai, coçar o rego.
Pô, mó delícia, peludinho.
Nossa. A gente tá descobrindo os benefícios do rabo, do Saiyajin.
Equilíbrio.
Equilíbrio, boa.
Equilíbrio
que
é
mais?
tudo, equilíbrio é
Vocês não
tudo.
tinham pensado em equilíbrio, né?
Não, mas
Não.
coçar o rego a gente
Coçar o
pensou.
rabo, é.
Coçar o rabo, o próprio rabo.
Coçar
Não
o
quero
chibio.
saber de vocês.
Coçar o
Vou agir
chibio.
por conta...
Chibio.
Você não precisa de rolha, olha que coisa boa.
É, pensa que
Evolução.
Rolha
é a garrafa moderna, ela não precisa de rolha.
There's a
Tá,
name. If you read from backwards, you can never forget. Lana.
Lana?
Yeah.
Anal.
Oh yeah, now.
You never
Oh,
forget.
there's a plug there. Show it to people.
I
Show
don't
it.
know
You
who
can interact with the
won't
scenario.
touch it. I won't touch it.
not-
But it's
There's
here, guys.
leaves. No
It
one
hasn't
put it
been
up.
used. It's
Oh,
okay.
Come on.
Yeah, it's all virgin.
no one's
It's
gonna.
virgin.
No
It's
one's.
a
It's
Lana plug.
virgin. This is virgin.
plug, yeah.
It's a
Probably
Lana
hurts.
plug. No.
We gotta invite some Lana,
I
huh?
won't
Lana.
touch it.
Where's
yeah.
Lana?
Yeah.
From
Lana.
all the country.
You
Comment
have to
below.
invite Tagarella. She'll have things to say. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
She's very nice.
She has to have things to say. She's Tagarella.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
god.